Hello students, today I'm going to be reading you one of the read alouds that I sent home for your parents to read or for a family member to read to you. So let's get started. If you could send a message to people in the future, what would you tell them? Go ahead and pause the video, take a moment and talk to somebody at home or talk to a stuffy or talk to a pet and answer that question. If you could send a message to people in the future, what would you tell them? Go ahead and pause. Okay, let's go ahead and listen to our story, Pieces of the Past. Pretend you are writing a letter to people in the future. These are people who live a long time in the future, years and years. What kinds of things would you want to tell them? Will you tell them about the food you eat or the books you read? Maybe you will tell them about the music you like to listen to or the clothes you wear. Or you could give these things to people in the future. How can you do this? By making a time capsule. I'm a little confused at what a time capsule is, but I'm going to read ahead to see if the next paragraph explains it to me. A time capsule is a special container. Oh, I read ahead and I found out what a time capsule was using context clues. A time capsule is a special container. To make a time capsule, people choose things that show what life is like for them. Then they put these things in a container. The container could be an empty coffee tin, or it could be a plastic or metal box. The box is locked up tight. Then it is put away in a safe place. Sometimes it is buried underground. After some time has passed, the box can be opened. Time capsules can hold many different things. In 1938 in New York, people in New York created a time capsule. People put many things inside it. There was a toothbrush, a baseball, toy blocks, seeds, a dictionary, and photographs. There was also a letter to people who will open the time capsule in the future. Then the time capsule was buried deep underground. It will stay buried for 5,000 years. Can you imagine who might find it? Sometimes people forget about their time capsules. In 1914, some people made a time capsule. They wanted it to stay closed for 60 years. They wanted it to be opened in 1974. But the time capsule was lost. No one knew where it was. It could not be found, so it could not be opened. Finally, the time capsule was found. It was opened in 2014. There were many interesting papers inside it. They told what life was like in 1914. The people who opened it wanted to put more things in it. They wanted to close it again. Some children picked things to put in the time capsule. They wanted to show things from life today. They put in earphones and books. They put in a subway pass and even paper coffee cups. The time capsule will be opened again in 100 years. Not all time capsules have been buried underground. You do not even have to wait a long time to open them. You can make your own time capsule. Here is how. Find a box or other container. Make sure it will last for a while. Write your name and the date on it. Then write what you want it when you want it to be opened. You can even decorate it. Find a place to keep your time capsule. Make sure the place is dry so the time capsule will not get wet. Make sure your time capsule will fit in the space. Choose some things that show who you are. They can be anything you want. Just make sure they will fit inside your time capsule. You might choose toys or your favorite book. You can also add photos. You might even add a recipe of one of your favorite foods. Write a letter. Address it to whoever will find your time capsule. You could write a letter to a stranger, or you could write a letter to yourself. Tell who you are. Tell what you like to do. Maybe even tell the things you think might happen in the future. Who knows? You might be right. There was a word that I read that I was pretty sure I knew what it meant, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to look that up on the internet. You can use a dictionary at home. I'm going to look it up on the internet because of the way that I'm recording. So the word was earphones. So I think I know what that means, but I'm going to read this definition. So, earphones are an electrical device worn on the ear to receive radio or telephone communications or listen to a radio, MP3 player, etc., without other people hearing. I see some photographs here that help me also see what an earphone is. And that's what I was thinking. The word I was thinking of was headphones. Same thing though. I have two more questions for you to think about and talk to a family member or a pet or a stuffy, whoever will listen. Do you think it was interesting for people in 2014 to open the time capsule from 1914? Why or why not? So you can use the sentence frame, I think it was, or I think it was not interesting for people in 2014 to open the time capsule because you can shorten it too. You can just say, I think it was interesting, or I think it was not interesting because whatever works for you. All right, students, signing off for now. I'll be back in another video.